Now, after the Ahmedabad-London flight has crashed in Ahmedabad, the latest details are that the Civil Aviation Ministry has called for a high-level meeting on safety of aircrafts. Divya, now this is an important take as far as the decision that the Civil Aviation Ministry came with before as well. We'd seen that they said that Dreamliners and their safety will have to be checked again, and this is with regards to the Air India specifically.
Absolutely, the inspections that are being carried out in regard to, is there a technical issue with the Dreamliners? Do remember, this was the first crash of this fleet of aircrafts. Of course, Aarti, what really holds key as to what really went down, what really went wrong in half a minute's time since its takeoff, that all lies in the black box that has finally been recovered, that orange colored box that has been recovered in a record amount of time, because look at the wreckage that we are seeing. And of course, the wreckage is also now being removed, Aarti. There are about 100 laborers who've been involved, 40 engineers involved in order to remove the kind of wreckage that we've seen. And all that has been going on overnight.
Absolutely, and we're learning that the tail is perhaps going to be removed today. Remember, as the visuals also suggest, you can see that this tail portion that is in fact at the hostel, right, where it crashed, that is perhaps going to be removed today. The black box, of course, having already been removed, which is going to tell us exactly what happened at that moment in the cockpit. It has a voice recorder. It's also going to give us details on the malfunctions which perhaps took place on that aircraft.
Well, there are, of course, a lot of theories doing the rounds, of course, which is all complete speculation as to what could have happened. Of course, from what we do know is that thrust was an issue because the plane just couldn't take off. It was pointing up, it was trying, and the crew, of course, tried their level best. They barely had seconds to make that decision, to make that call, and they did. They did make that Mayday call, which went unanswered. And once they did try to call them back, there was just no time to even, they were just trying to sort of get the plane going, which didn't really happen. And of course, a lot of speculation doing the rounds as to, the landing gear which was out, the flaps, that is also a big concern. All that will now, finally the truth will come out as to what really transpired, what really went down during that takeoff, that the airline crews really put their best, their level best to make that plane take off.
Absolutely. There are a lot of theories, Divya, that have been doing the rounds, but of course the black box is the one that could tell us exactly what happened, and once the investigation concludes as well. But as of now, we're learning that the Civil Aviation Ministry is going to be holding a key meeting. This is a high-level meeting on air safety. Top officials are going to be in attendance, and we're learning that airport authorities officials are also going to be attending this particular meeting.
Absolutely, and questions being raised as to what are the checks in place when it comes to before a plane takes off. We hear that this plane from Delhi went to Ahmedabad. From Ahmedabad, it was to, it was going to be a long journey. We're talking about an 8.5-hour, 9-hour journey. And of course, given the fact that right now, because of the airspace that is shut, it takes even longer. So, of course, a very long journey. And it did take off. So everything seemed to be right with the flight and to begin with, So something like this. And Aarti, it really makes me question as to when we have seen crashes in the past. They usually take place when they are landing. Very rare has one heard of crashes taking place when the flight is taking off.
And seconds after the takeoff, in fact. And our colleague Aishwarya joins us for more details on the latest. Aishwarya, we're learning that as far as the Civil Aviation Ministry is concerned, they're going to be conducting a meeting. You're in fact outside the civil hospital as well, and we've been seeing that the death toll has risen. More people have died, which includes the doctors who were at that hostel on the day of the crash.
Well, that's right. Reports suggest that the death toll had risen to 274. Earlier, it was close to 260. That includes now the locals who were living just nearby the hostel, the doctors, the students, in fact, who are having lunch at the canteen area when the plane crashed. And it is this post-mortem room where all the bodies have been kept. And after the DNA sampling being done, after thorough perseverance of the bodies, they would be handed over to the family members out here. And, very, very emotional stories coming out from Ahmedabad over here. That family that you can see is right there, 4 people standing over there. They're not willing to talk on camera, but these 4 people have come from London, and they are waiting for the DNA sampling to be done. There are 2 of the family members died in that horrific plane crash in Ahmedabad, and they have come over here to receive their mortal remains. But such kind of emotional stories I'm hearing since yesterday. It is, of course, the doctors, a team of 36 forensic experts that have been divided into 10 FSL teams that are doing their work day and night 24 into 7. There has been directions that have been given by the Gujarat government that are specific operational desks should be there 24/7 hours working. DNA sampling is being taken day and night over here at the civil hospital from today onwards. We are hoping that more of the foreign nationals are not given their DNA sampling would come up and will give the family members have been contacted. Apart from it, 219 is the official number as far as the DNA sample collections which has been taken till date. On one side, all of these things are going on. 8 bodies have been given. Hospital authorities are doing their best possible work to treat the injured ones who are admitted in the hospital as well. On the other side, yes, of course, the Civil Aviation Ministry has sprung into action. 10:30 a.m. is the meeting at Rajiv Gandhi Bhavan in Delhi. Civil Aviation Minister Ram Mohan Naidu would be chairing that meeting, which will include the top officials from the Civil Aviation Ministry, Director General of the DGCA, the officials from the Airport Authority of India as well,
Right.
to further, give out the norms and rules, the directions for the safety checks of the aircraft and what new things needs to be done for, for the safety and for
Right.
not,
Big announcements,
letting
Aishwarya, perhaps
such
are
of the
expected.
accidents happen in the future as well.
Absolutely. Big announcements perhaps are expected from the Civil Aviation Ministry after that high-level meeting is held. Take us through, we're talking about DNA sampling that's carrying on. How long does this DNA sampling really take? Because they have a lot of samples, as you said, 219 to be precise. And so far, 8 bodies have, been given to family members. Take us through how long would this really take for the entire process to be completed?
Well, so far when I spoke to the family members who had given their DNA sampling, it is, what the authorities have told them to come back on Sunday. 24 hours to 48 hours is the time that is being given to the doctors. The directions have been given to fast track the entire process. As Home Minister Amit Shah said it earlier, that Gandhinagar Forensic Laboratory has is the best in the country, and they do not need to send the samples from outside the to outside the state, and it will all happen in Gandhinagar itself. But to fast track it, it is such directions. But 24 to 48 hours time is something that is needed, and Sunday is something that family members, most of the family members have been told to to come back after they have given the sample. There had been arrangements that have been made for the family members who had come to Ahmedabad by the Gujarat government itself. But it is now all depends on how these testing happens, and further the mortal remains would be handed over. All will be done here where I'm standing from the post-mortem room where the bodies will be handed. Till now, 8 bodies is something that officially the civil hospital authorities have told that has been handed over, and those were amongst the locals who are living just near the hostel areas, few of them of the doctors as well.
Right, and Aishwarya, now this particular case, you've been tracking it from the ground for us as well. You've spoken to so many family members and you've heard heartbreaking stories. We've of course been tracking those as well. Some of them getting on the plane to start a new life, some of them having said bye to their families and hoping to meet them soon. And these sort of stories that you've heard, many of these family members who've come there to receive the bodies or to understand what's taking place in the hospital as well, and they've still put on a brave face, spoken to the media as well. Take us through what you've heard on the ground.
Well, absolutely heartbreaking, emotional stories coming out from different people. Some have come to celebrate Eid, some have come to visit their family members over here. Some were going for the first time to London to visit UK. It is, all of those who are innocent and they died, including Vijay Rupani, former Chief Minister of Gujarat as well. And they've been saying that it is not their fault. It is the questions that are raised on the part of the authorities, the engineers who have thoroughly checked the aircraft. Yesterday, I was talking to one individual, who had lost four of the family members, brother, sister-in-law, two of the small children, and the age of the passengers that were on board that flight were from 8 months to almost 75 years, and they were infants to the senior citizens as well, those who have lost their lives. So they were clearly asking questions from the authority that this has happened with us, then what is and where does the future lies, who is responsible, what action has been taken till now against any individual. We are witnessing meetings after meetings, actions after actions being taken, but no one has been held accountable till now. We are all hoping for the best to get answers from that black box that had been recovered yesterday. And more information I wanted to share with our viewers, that the tail that is hanging on the rooftop of that particular hostel, the experts have suggested and the NDRF teams have stated that they will cut the specific portion of that hostel. The specific cranes would be required to lift that tail so that can be brought down, and that would be in a daylight. So that will happen very soon.